Hey Bulldogs, it is Mr. Rivera, and I am so excited to announce our next guest this morning. We have Dr. Enriquez, who's the founder and CEO of Latinos in Action, which will be a new program here at Mount Vernon High School. And I'm so excited because we are the first in Washington State to have this program. They flew all the way from Utah to visit our school, and we're going to talk about Latinos in Action and what it's all about. So Dr. Enriquez, how does it feel to be here in Mount Vernon, Washington, and be a Bulldog and start Latinos in Action here in this beautiful town?
I love it. You know what? Skagit Valley, when you come into this valley, incredible. It's beautiful. But what makes it more beautiful is La Raza, our beautiful people who continue to not only contribute, serve, lead, and give back. And that's what Latinos in Action is about, is getting our youth ready to lead, serve, and give back in their community. So that's what makes Skagit Valley, I think, even more beautiful. But no, I love visiting Mount Vernon. Go Bulldogs.
So tell everybody, what is Latinos in Action? If they never heard about it, tell us why is it important to have it at our school, and what is the mission of Latinos in Action?
Yeah, Latinos in Action is just that, Latinos in Action, ¿verdad? It's a plataforma, it's a platform, it's a course where you guys can showcase your talents. You guys are so talented. You bring so much to the table. We want people to know that. Our mission is to empower Latino youth to strengthen and lead their communities, period, right? Our goal is to get you ready for your career, go on to college, whether it be D1 or JC, but we want you to be ready with certain skills, and we want you to have the confidence to step into any office, to any place, and articulate who you are, what you're about, and articulate it in 2 languages. For most of you guys are bilingual, and we want you to know that it's powerful to be bilingual, that it's an asset to be bilingual. And not only that, but if you don't have the 2 languages, we want you to go get 2 languages. And if you have 2 languages, we want you to go to 3rd language, because Latinos are talent, and Latinos are brilliant.
So I really love your story. I'm Salvadoreño also. My wife went through the same story in the 80s. She came to this beautiful country sort of the same way. Why don't you tell a little bit about your story of coming to the United States and about living the American dream of graduating Brigham Young University with a PhD? It's an amazing story. Why don't you just tell our audience your story?
Gracias. Nacido en El Salvador, I was born in El Salvador, La Libertad, que Saltepeque. That's where I was born. I love my country. I love my language. I will always be proud. Even though it's a small country, it's poderoso. But my mom and grandma were born in a time, it was war-torn, a mucha guerra. I was born at that time, and we needed to flee. My mom came first, immigrated, walked the desert, swam the trunk of a car. It was humiliating. She came to Los Angeles, so I was raised in LA. My mom got to East LA. We stayed in El Salvador for 2 years, and then she sent for us. We got reunited in Los Angeles, where I'm from. And, you know, when I got there, I knew one thing. I couldn't throw that sacrificio away. My mom, she's amazing, and she's powerful. She's given everything for us. And when I got to Los Angeles, I knew, even as a chavalo, a cipote, a little kid, I knew I couldn't throw that away. I had to do something with it. And so for me, education became the tool for me to help my moms, but also to help myself. She was a single mom raising us in Los Angeles. I had to do something. So I got into wrestling. I'm a wrestler. I became a California state champion in wrestling my junior year. It allowed me to get out of Los Angeles. It was my ticket out. So I had a full ride scholarship to wrestle at BYU in Utah. They said, we'll pay everything, room, tuition, give you $2,000 each semester if you come wrestle. And I said, I'll go if my mom has nothing to do with the paying. And I don't want her to pay anything. And obviously they did. And that was history, right? But it doesn't matter. Education is great. I can have a doctorate and a PhD, but ¿de qué sirve? What does it matter if I have a PhD if I don't use it to help my people? You got to help your people. Once you get to the mountaintop or wherever your goal is, don't forget where you're from, and don't forget about those who got you there, your mother, those who worked hard. So for me, I had to give back. And so the way I give back is through Latinos in Action. I started this class 20 years ago. Now we're in 13 different states. We have over 9,000 students. It's a course, it's an elective class to lead and strengthen our communities through our young people. So I'm looking for you. If you want to lead, if you want to go into college, you want to make a difference in our community, that's what it's about.
What's really awesome is Mr. Serrano, Mr. Flores, and myself are going to be Latinos in Action teachers. We're going to have 3 sections of Latinos in Action next year at Mount Vernon. For the first year, to have 3 sections is amazing. But as the CEO and founder, what advice do you have for me as being a Latinos in Action? What can I do to reach the gente, as you said, to meet the raza, to meet the people? Because I want to do this right. And I know you're an expert at it. I want to make sure that we do this program right here in Mount Vernon.
I would say just 2 things. When you're leading your own people, true leadership doesn't come necessarily from those who seek a position, but from those who can position themselves to serve those who seek. And there are many people in our communities who seek many things. If you can position yourself to serve them, that's a real leader. Real leadership comes from those who serve and give back. And then the second thing I would say is we want you to bring yourself as a teacher into the classroom or as a student into this classroom. So I'm going to say be you, but this isn't about you. Does that make sense? Please be you. Bring yourself, your persona into this class, but it's not about you. And as soon as it becomes about you, then that leadership kind of falls away, right? This is about others and serving others, but bringing yourself into that equation.
I can't wait to start in the fall. I'm so excited to start this program. Okay, time for the fun questions. Tell us about those shoes. Okay, I've been looking at these kicks and I was like, I didn't wear these cool kicks. You should have told me. We should have been matching. And you have your own LIA shoes, right? So why don't you tell about your shoes? Because I know everyone at Mount Vernon High School TV is watching this and want to know about your shoes.
Yeah, no, when I was a kid, and this is real, back in the day, Jordans were out, like people would kill for those 100 Air Force Ones, and I couldn't afford them. My mom was always, going to Payless, buying the brand, the different names, and we wouldn't, so we would just paint the Nike sign on the Payless, and we put the red marker on there, and you just did what you got to do. You got to hustle. So we were poor. So, when I promised myself when I got older, I'm going to buy all kinds of Jordans and Nikes. And so, I want to wear the suit and the bow tie, but I always stay true to myself and want to wear my Air Force One. So just got to be real. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for this wonderful interview. I'm inspired. So if you want to find out about more information about Latinos in Action, just go to the link below. We're going to have tons of information. We're going to have the website. We're going to have the YouTube. We're going to have the Facebook. We're going to have the Instagram. All here. One final quote to tell the Bulldog community why Latinos in Action should be here at Mount Vernon High School.
I think it's time. Es tiempo. Timing is everything. And I think right now, this is prime time for the Bulldogs, Mount Vernon, Latinos in Action. We're here to grow with you. So, es tiempo.
Go Bulldogs!